Okay, so here is a file where somebody's wanting to put a draft angle on the spokes. Now he's working in SolidWorks, and I think they have it can go and do some advanced functions where they can just select these areas and draft them out. But you're going to have to really spend some time digging in and learning how to use SolidWorks. But what I wanted to do was point out his modeling method and actually see if we change it a bit with the thought, and he can get some better results. And what I would do is actually separate it out. So he actually modeled this with, like, you see all these corner fillets and turns in it, modeled that in to his extrusions, and that's going to make functions further down the road a little more difficult. What he should look at doing is modeling the fillets afterwards, especially in SolidWorks, because it's got, the Parasolids kernel is going to have a super powerful kernel. So more what I would model if I was going to do that was something that looked like this. So I have actually 3 objects separated that I'm going to model. This outer ring as a solid, this inner ring as a solid, and then the spokes. And if I do that, what it allows me to do is I can extrude those spokes right now with a draft angle. So I can extrude them a 1/4 inch, whatever his thing is. I'm going to choose a draft angle of 5, and then what I can do is go around and extrude those individually. Did I miss something? Oh, I'm on my wrong layer. Is there. I was extruding them on the CAD layer, which is blanked, and I can't change it right now. So let's start over right here. I can extrude those with a 5 angle draft angle. Let me go ahead and just go through this really quick, and I should be able to do it fast enough so it's not too painful for you to watch here. But easy enough to just put the draft angle on just that single object instead of trying to fit it in an already modeled part with fillets and everything. It makes it a much more complicated operation. So now I can extrude these. Let's take off the draft angle. I guess you could put one on there if you wanted, but I'll do these two as just straight solids. There's that one, and then this one. And now what I have is this model, and so now what I can do is go through and Boolean that into one object and get ready for my fillets. So let's go to a Boolean add. Let's do one, and see it goes together there. So let's do another one, and let's pick a few of them at a time here. It wouldn't take too much longer to just have it take time and just do one or two at a time. Really adding in a whole bunch like this makes it a more complex Boolean, and some computers may fail. So that's all one object, and now I can get those two together like that. And now I have my wheel object that's Boolean together. And now I can go in and put my fillets. He had like one more object, so same thing here where he would model that other object in here. Now what I forgot to point out that I really should have pointed out was if you look at my objects, one of the things you want to make sure you do when you're getting ready for solid modeling and Booleaning is you'll see how I have the items completely punched through. So my spokes are completely going into this and completely going into that. Now, you would think you would want to trim the spokes and have them be perfect there, but when you're doing extrusions, 2 separate extrusions, there would be 2 surfaces butting right up against, kind of just skimming each other, and it would make the Boolean operation much more complex and prone to failing. So when you're going to Boolean solids together, it's best to have them completely punched through. So that really helped a lot with making sure that that works right. So now that I have my solid and the Boolean went through properly, let's go through and fillet it. So I think on those outside ones he had a 0.0984, and so now we can go through and just start filleting all that stuff. Let's see. I won't make you watch the whole process here. I'll just show you some of these here. And so didn't want to do that one. I'll just get enough to make it show, and then I think I actually have the part right here that I could show finished one on. One more. So basically that would be filleting that after the fact on the solid, and I would wait before I did that. I would Boolean in. He had that other piece in here, so a shape would have been extruded in here, and then one other one in this area too. Extrude those all in and Boolean them before you start doing the fillets. These inner fillets where the draft happened, let's see, 0492.0492. It would just be a matter of going around and doing those, each one around the circle, and get those fillets in, and then sure enough, and then of course then you can even do, like, after you get all these fillets on, then you would do the smaller ones. So then I could put like a 0.01 and just do that whole face. I wouldn't do this one first. You know, then it'll look you know, really nice and a finished product there. I wouldn't do that first and then try to do these edges, because then you're trying to calculate this corner patch with that one. So do all those bigger ones first and work your way down. Don't fillet a bunch of little stuff and then try to throw big stuff on after. And then there's actually one I have. I'll show the end result anyway, just to finalize it. I got to get this off my screen to show a layer. So let me bring this over here real quick. It's just on the other screen. I'm going to show a layer, and then I'll bring it back over here and view it. So that's one where I just did all the fillets and the little fillet and everything. So again, to get draft angles and stuff, it's just best to look at solid modeling by having those separate parts come out and doing functions like that on that first. Okay, good luck.